I'm Coach Meskimen, and that's Meskimen, and here to give sort of a brief overview of exactly how we've been preparing the last couple of weeks for our upcoming game tomorrow night versus Heritage. We were off last week, so it's given us quite a bit of time to prepare. I know a lot of people read into records. Just want to first off start off by talking about how those need to be thrown out the window. This is Heritage versus Independence, and most of you as students know that that is already becoming a rivalry simply because we're almost literally across the street from one another, and Heritage is a dangerous team. Once again, I know people look at their record and they see 0-4, but that should not be what people really look at. They need to look a little bit deeper into exactly how explosive and dangerous this team can be. It's been very difficult to prepare for. They have a lot of weapons offensively. Been scoring, a lot of points, and I know that they've struggled a little bit on defense. But once again, they are a dangerous team that that we cannot look past. I know that it's great being 4-0, but at the same time that we have a goal that we have set as a team that we need to strive for, and Heritage is one of those stepping stones for us to achieve that. So it's a huge ball game. They're going to give us their best. We're going to give them hopefully their our best, and it should be a great football game. So just want to reemphasize once again the thing with the records. I hope people don't look at that because in the end that really doesn't matter. It's almost like OU Texas. One team could be 0-4 and one team could be 4-0, but it doesn't really matter when you get Heritage and Independence together. It's going to be a dogfight for 48 minutes, and expect it to be a close ball game, and hopefully we come out on top. So.
All right, we're going to open up for questions. What have you done during this bye week to prepare for Heritage?
We've spent a lot of time really trying to focus on exactly how we're going to stop their running game. Their quarterback is a very dangerous player. Plus, they have a couple of running backs that are really explosive. Offensive line is big and physical. So, and they do a lot of things offensively to make you have to make adjustments. And so we have tried to strive with our kids really the last couple of weeks how we get a different look. How we're going to adjust to that is to make sure that that we don't get ourselves in a situation where we're outmanned. That's probably been the biggest thing that we've tried to work on, and I think a lot of it has been a mental aspect of the game. Once again, hey, this is a huge ball game. Everybody knows that. I know it's really opening district, even though we opened up district that first week. Now every game from here on out is a district ball game. So. It's a big one to start off with, and once again, there's a lot of kids on both sides that that have gone to school together and everything. So once again, when you get two schools that are literally across the street from one another, there's going to be a lot of jib jabbering going on, and between and trying to tell our kids not to get involved in that. Keep your mind focused on what your job is, and our job is to go out and win the football game tomorrow night. So. Hopefully, we'll take care of that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. What are we going to see from Heritage that we haven't seen yet in non-district play?
I think once again, a lot of different formations, a lot of different looks offensively. Most of the teams that we've been playing, they come out and they'll give you 2 or 3 different formations. But one of the things that Heritage and their staff does really well is they give you a lot of different looks. Maybe not necessarily a different play out of that, but it's a different look to where you have to adjust defensively, or you're going to get outflanked or outmanned, and that's where they get you. And once again, they have a lot of weapons. I know, North Garland a couple of weeks ago that we played, they had some speed, but across the board offensively, Heritage is a very dangerous team. Because of receivers, running backs, and the quarterback. The quarterback is he's a great football player. So we're going to have to do a great job of across the board, everybody taking care of their job to make sure that we don't give them, give them something. If they're going to get something on us, we want to make them earn it. So I think that's the main thing that we try to focus on.
Awesome. On the defensive side of the ball, has there been any players like over the past couple of games that have really stepped up and like they've seen a lot of improvement from?
I think it's just been I think our secondary has really helped us out tremendously. Our safeties have done a great job. Daniel Boffman and Will McCollum and Ian Ayuk, who gets in there some, and DeBray Wright. Those guys have really stepped up and helped us a lot on the running game when they've needed to. But I think as a whole, I think our defensive group has just really gained a lot of confidence in themselves, and with some additions that we've had, Al Abbott, who's our starting linebacker, he's a real vocal leader for us, but in a great way, in a positive way. He's brought a lot of positive energy to our defense, and I think a lot of our kids feed off of that, and I think that's really helped us, and getting those kids to believe in themselves, and I think just once again as a group, we've seen a lot of improvement across the board. We still got a long way to go. We understand that. Once again, we've got goals that we want to achieve, and we're not even close to meeting those yet, but I think we're on the right path, and the kids out there, they're having fun. That's the main thing. We want them to have fun, but at the same time, we want them to play hard. And I think that's the one thing that we have seen, once again, is the gaining that confidence in themselves, and just everybody coming together as a family. We strive. We really strive on that a lot, and not only as a football program, but as a defense. Hey, that you guys are one unit, and that you need to play like that out there. And I think that's been, one of the biggest things that I've seen.
Any recent players that have stepped up during practice have shown any abilities that they normally didn't show? On the defense or offensive side, so I think Brandon Williams, one of our running backs, the last couple of weeks has really stepped up. From what I've noticed, I don't coach the offensive side of the ball, but I see him sometimes when we're out there. Once again, he's a very talented running back, and just watching him, run hard and give a lot of effort in practice. And once again, I think the addition of Dominic Williams has really helped that group all together. Ryan Houston, very tough, physical runner. So we have some weapons back there, some kids that have really stepped up. Ben Perry, offensive lineman, he's just a sophomore, but he is improving week to week. He's getting better and better. He's going to be a heck of an offensive lineman. So other guys that we've seen on the other side that we go against, I think a lot of times you notice that. But I think just once again overall, not necessarily as a individual, but as a group, as a team, what I'm seeing us do is we're gaining more confidence in ourselves. And of course, you do that, that leads to a lot more, competitive play, and hopefully for us, a lot more victories. So, it was great to have this week off. We've had a lot of time to prepare and heal up and get well, and we needed that. But we're ready to get back to work, and our work starts tomorrow night versus Heritage, and our kids are ready. We're ready. So. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Story earlier said that at the Star it got louder than he thought it would.
Yeah.
So how do you adjust to that in the second game now?
That's a good question. I don't think any of us had an idea exactly how loud it was going to be, and I wasn't down there on the field, but I can imagine when you got 12,000 people. Not for sure we're going to have that many tomorrow night, but I think it's just the whole inside environment that makes it very difficult to communicate. And that's we have these last couple of weeks we've strived on communicating through signals more than we have words. Because we tried that, and sometimes you just can't hear a stinking thing. So it does get very loud in there and intense, and I'm sure it's going to be that way tomorrow night. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be with that, with Heritage and Independence to going against each other. So I think the one thing that we've tried to strive on, once again, is communicating through signals, through body language, instead of through words. So, because other than that, that's really about all that you can do. So.